When we talk about longevity and the secrets that help people live a long and healthy life, one of the first countries that scientists and health experts around the world often mention is Japan. This is not only a nation famous for its advanced technology and unique culture, but also the country that has consistently ranked among the top in the world for average life expectancy. According to data from the World Health Organization, the average life expectancy of Japanese people often surpasses 84 years, and in some regions such as Okinawa, the number of people living beyond 100 years is surprisingly high. This phenomenon has led researchers from many fields, including medicine, nutrition, neuroscience, and sociology, to study in depth the daily lifestyle of the Japanese. Among the various factors contributing to their longevity, such as diet, social connections, environmental factors, and healthcare, there is one element that often goes unnoticed yet has a profound effect on overall health, which is the practice of simple daily movements. These movements appear ordinary at first glance, but when studied scientifically, they reveal strong connections to muscle function, joint flexibility, blood circulation, and even mental health. The 6 simple movements that many Japanese people incorporate into their routine not only help them maintain physical agility, but also reduce the risk of chronic diseases and support brain function in old age. The first movement is raising the arms above the head and stretching the body upward. This action is often done in the morning right after waking up. Research published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science indicates that light stretching upon waking helps activate the sympathetic nervous system, improve blood flow to the brain, and increase alertness. Stretching upward also lengthens the spine, reduces pressure between vertebrae, and prevents stiffness, which is common in aging people. Furthermore, studies on posture suggest that this type of stretch can help improve lung capacity by expanding the chest cavity and enhancing oxygen exchange, thereby improving overall metabolism. The second movement is rotating the shoulders and arms in wide circles. This movement looks very simple, but scientifically, it plays a crucial role in maintaining mobility of the shoulder joint, which is one of the most flexible yet vulnerable joints of the human body. A study from Kyoto University pointed out that regular shoulder rotation reduces the risk of frozen shoulder syndrome, a condition that affects nearly 20% of people over 60 years old. Additionally, shoulder rotation improves blood circulation to the upper body and reduces tension in the neck and upper back muscles, areas that often accumulate stress from daily activities, especially in the modern world, where people spend long hours working on computers. The third movement is bending forward to touch the toes. This movement has been proven in many studies to have significant effects on the flexibility of the spine and hamstrings. According to a report in the American Journal of Physiology, people who maintain good flexibility in their hamstrings and lower back tend to have lower risks of developing lower back pain, which affects more than 540 million people globally. Furthermore, forward bending also stimulates blood circulation to the head and has been associated with improved parasympathetic activity, which helps reduce stress hormones such as cortisol. This is why yoga practices around the world often include forward-bending poses as a way to restore balance between body and mind. The fourth movement is squatting, which in Japanese culture is not only an exercise, but also a posture commonly used in daily life. Scientists from Nagoya University conducted a longitudinal study and found that The ability to squat down and stand up without support strongly correlates with longevity because it reflects the health of leg muscles, balance, ability, and cardiovascular fitness. Squatting activates large muscle groups such as the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, which are essential for maintaining metabolism and reducing the risk of obesity. Moreover, squatting also strengthens bone density in the hip and spine, thereby lowering the risk of osteoporosis, a condition that affects especially postmenopausal women. The fifth movement is twisting the waist from side to side. This action not only maintains flexibility of the spine, but also has a positive effect on digestion and abdominal organs. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that waist-twisting exercises increase intestinal motility, thereby supporting digestion and reducing the risk of constipation, which is a common issue among elderly people. In addition, waist twisting activates the oblique muscles that are often neglected in modern training routines, strengthening the core and reducing the risk of falls, which are one of the leading causes of injuries among older adults. The sixth movement is deep breathing, combined with raising and lowering the arms. This technique is closely related to practices such as Qigong or traditional Japanese breathing exercises like Misogi. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that controlled deep breathing reduces blood pressure, lowers heart rate variability, and enhances vagal tone, which is a marker of good cardiovascular and emotional health. In Japanese culture, breathing practices are also linked to mindfulness, helping practitioners improve concentration, reduce anxiety, and maintain mental balance in daily life. Taken together, these 6 simple movements may seem small, but when practiced daily, they form an integrated system that helps maintain balance between body and mind. From a physiological perspective, these movements promote circulation, flexibility, muscle strength, and lung capacity. From a neurological perspective, they stimulate the brain through proprioception, the sense that allows us to perceive the position of our body, thereby maintaining neural connections and preventing age-related decline. Studies in neuroscience show that older adults who regularly engage in movement-based activities maintain better brain plasticity and lower risks of cognitive decline, including dementia. Beyond the scientific explanation, there is also the cultural aspect of why the Japanese have been able to maintain these habits for generations. Unlike many other countries where physical activity is often considered a separate task in Japan, movement is naturally integrated into daily life. Children are taught from a young age to participate in radio calisthenics, called Ragio Taiso, which are broadcast on public radio every morning. These exercises usually last only a few minutes, but they cover all basic movements, including stretching, rotating, bending, squatting, twisting, and breathing, effectively forming the 6 simple movements we discussed earlier. When these habits are established early in life, they become ingrained behaviors that accompany individuals into adulthood and old age. Moreover, social factors play an important role. Research from the Okinawa Centenarian Study emphasizes that strong community connections encourage group participation in physical activities. People often exercise together, which increases motivation and creates a sense of belonging. This combination of social bonding and physical activity has been shown to increase oxytocin levels, a hormone that supports emotional stability and reduces stress, thereby indirectly contributing to longevity. It is also worth mentioning that these movements are accessible to almost everyone, regardless of age or fitness level. Unlike strenuous gym workouts that may require special equipment or training, the 6 simple movements can be performed at home, in the park, or even at work without much preparation. This accessibility reduces barriers to entry and allows for consistency, which is one of the most important factors in long-term health promotion. A meta-analysis published in The Lancet found that consistent moderate physical activity reduces the risk of premature death by up to 30%, demonstrating that simple but regular movement is far more effective than sporadic, intense exercise. From a broader scientific perspective, the effectiveness of these movements can be explained through the theory of hormesis, which suggests that small regular doses of mild stress on the body, such as stretching muscles or slightly increasing heart rate, actually stimulate repair mechanisms and strengthen resilience. Over time, this helps the body adapt and maintain function even in old age. The Japanese approach of incorporating small, consistent daily movements perfectly reflects this principle and is one of the reasons why they are able to maintain health and longevity at the population level. In conclusion, the secret of Japanese longevity is not only due to diet, genetics, or advanced healthcare, but also from small yet powerful habits that they maintain throughout their lives. The 6 simple movements, stretching upward, shoulder rotation forward, bending, squatting, waist twisting, and deep breathing, are evidence that health and longevity are built not from occasional drastic efforts, but from consistent daily practices that integrate body, mind, and community. These movements are scientifically proven to improve circulation, muscle strength, joint flexibility, digestion, mental health, and even brain plasticity, making them a holistic approach to well-being. Therefore, if you want to apply the Japanese secret of longevity in your own life, start by dedicating just a few minutes each day to these movements, and you will gradually notice positive changes in your energy, your mood, and your overall health. If you find this sharing useful, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel, so that we can continue to bring you more scientifically grounded knowledge about health and longevity.